So, if you've identified that academic language is something that your school could do a little bit better at, and if we're really honest with ourselves, I think it's an area that a lot of schools could make improvements within, especially when we're thinking about the consistency and the way in which academic language is embedded across the curriculum. So, if you've identified that this is something that your school could make some little tweaks on, there are a few key things for you to think about. The first one is, do you have a clear and whole school policy and approach for the teaching of academic language across the curriculum? Is this policy and are these processes understood by all members of staff across your school? Is it lived and breathed through your school curriculum? Could you go into any lesson and see evidence of the explicit instruction of academic language? And if not, are there subjects in which they could do with a little bit of an academic language boost? Is there something that you could implement that would create greater consistency across all of your subjects that would support with this? Next, do all teachers understand their roles and responsibilities when it comes to the teaching of academic language and developing students' academic language? And come to think of it, do teachers understand exactly what academic language is and why it's so important? It's such a huge topic, academic language, and I think it really deserves some time to really make sure that everybody understands what it is, the complexities of it, and also what they can do within their next day, week, month, half term of lessons to make incremental changes that support students to have a really, really good grasp of the core academic language that's necessary for that curriculum. So ultimately, do teachers understand why teaching and learning of this aspect of the curriculum will save them time in the long run, rather than trying to catch students up if students have missed chunks of the curriculum due to a lack of comprehension of the key concepts, or if there's not been enough scaffolding in place earlier on in the lesson and the programme delivery, in order for students to be able to articulate their understanding appropriately. So if we create these whole school structures and these whole school processes and consistency with teaching academic language from the word go, we actually save ourselves so much time when students get closer and closer to exams, and actually we realise that they need more support and more intervention. So putting the structures in place now will actually save you a lot of time later on. And finally, do students and parents understand what we're talking about when we're talking about academic language? Do they know where they can seek additional support, or where they can get opportunities to practice and develop their academic language, or how parents can support their child's academic language development at home? And so do they know as well, do students know what this looks like when it's been done really, really well, or when academic language is being used at a really high level? So, like I said, it's a massive topic. I've got a few bits of information and some theory related to this on my website. So if you've got an interest and you want to kind of explore it a little bit further, feel free to check out the resources on my website. But also, if you'd like me to look at your existing academic language provision and help you to evaluate ways that you can make it better, then get in touch. You can drop me an email, anna@ealinclusive.com. Or like I said, you can check out my website and my newsletter. I do talk about academic language quite a lot. So there's lots of resources there, and I'm sharing quite a lot via my newsletter at the moment as well, in terms of practical resources that you can take away and implement straight away into your school's curriculum, and they're obviously all free. So sign up to the newsletter, or just drop me an email if you'd like more information, more resources and more support, and I can help you to tackle this huge aspect of the school curriculum that makes such a difference to students' enjoyment of the curriculum, access of the curriculum, when we get it really right.